Hey, what's up YouTube? Israel back again with another review. Today I have my first sleeper fragrance, or underrated or under the radar fragrance. I don't hear too much about this one. I have seen some reviews online, but I don't hear too many people talking about this one. I don't hear too many people talking about the house. I've smelled a few from this house. I've actually owned two others from this house. Slowly but surely becoming one of my favorite houses just because they keep surprising me with their fragrances and how good they are for the price. Yeah, so I think this is going to be my first sleeper under the radar fragrance. Although you've probably heard of it before because it's been compared to a really expensive popular fragrance. So this fragrance is none other than Mont Blanc Individuel. Well, Mont Blanc Individuel was released in 2003. The nose behind Mont Blanc Individuel is Pierre Bourdain. Here's the bottle. Don't have the box with this one, sorry guys, but it's a Mont Blanc so far. I've owned Legend and Presence, and these guys don't seem to fail at their presentation. They always seem to have really good product, presentation-wise and fragrance-wise. Mont Blanc is actually known for their fine pens, which, I don't know, I guess there's people out there that buy really nice, expensive pens. I'll stick with the Bic here, but and they do luxury goods. I think I read online they have like leather bags and little pouches and stuff like that. And I want to say maybe watches, but I'm not really sure. Anyway, so Mont Blanc Individuel was released in 2003. Considered an Oriental woody. The top notes consist of rosemary, pineapple, coriander, cinnamon, lavender, juniper berry, mint, bergamot, and cardamom. The mid is orange blossom, violet, jasmine, and geranium. The base is sandalwood, amber, patchouli, musk, raspberry, vanilla, dark chocolate, oak moss, and vetiver. That's a lot of notes. With me, my nose, I personally, really throughout the life of the fragrance, get pineapple, raspberry, chocolate, dark chocolate I mean, cinnamon, vanilla, and lavender. This has been compared to, let's see here, Original Santal by Creed, which that was the one I was referring to earlier, which I've smelled OS as well. I smelled it, and it does smell just like it. And it's also been compared to Joop. Joop or Joop. I call it Joop, actually. I call it, yeah, I try to say Joop because that's the proper way I think to say it, but we'll just call it Joop. So in Joop, it was actually one of my favorites when I first started liking colognes. You know, when I was a kid, I smelled that one as a child and thought that one actually smelled pretty good. I mean, I didn't really know much about note breakdowns and stuff like that, but I always liked that one because it reminded me of dryer sheets, which this one has the dryer sheet feel to it. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this stuff does smell like Joop. You know, I've read reviews where they say it's not. I just think they're saying that because this is a better product than Joop, and Joop is very linear. It doesn't change too much. It's pretty much you get what you get. But I do smell this, and because I thought the same thing when I first smelled Original Santal by Creed. I was at Neiman Marcus and I smelled it. I go, man, it smells just like Joop. Just like I thought that Green Irish Tweed smelled just like Cool Water. And people will disagree because they probably feel kind of silly that they paid $230 for one and they don't want to say that it smells like the one that's only $30. I get that. I understand. You know, I would probably feel a little silly too if I paid that much knowing there's a cheaper alternative out there. But, you know. But anyway, so Mont Blanc Individuel. Man, this is a beautiful fragrance. It's blended really well. Pierre Bourdain did a really great job making this one, and I don't know how Mont Blanc keeps coming up with these. They get these great noses to make these fragrances for them, and they're super cheap. I think this one this is of 1.7, I believe. But a 2.5 ounce online is only $30 with free shipping, I believe. I'm going to leave the link in the description below so you can pick up a bottle if you'd like. But I don't know how Mont Blanc. I don't. Maybe they're, like I said. I guess they're under the radar, or what? Because apparently they make fine pens and they make luxury goods, but their fragrances, they smell fantastic and they look awesome, but they don't get that much love, and that's fine because we get to reap, from the benefits of that, because we get to save money on their fragrances. Um, and saving money on some a really good fragrance like this is that's what it's about right there, to me anyway. I mean, I name my channel Dollars and Cents for a reason, because my purpose really is to let you guys know about really fantastic fragrances that don't cost that much. But I'll review some good and expensive ones here. I'm not just strictly with the cheapies. I'll do some. I like buying some expensive ones too. Don't get me wrong. But let's see here. So this one was released in 2003. So a lot of people were saying that this came out 2 years before original Santal did. So this was actually the original smell, and so original Santal copied Mont Blanc, which, who knows? There could be some plagiarism out there, some fragrance plagiarism or something. But I mean, that lends a little bit of credibility if that's true, because if they smell that similar and this one came out 2 years before, you got to go with the original. This would be the original Santal, technically. Um, anyway, so let's see here. Like I said before, I mean, the majority of this, I mean, it's spicy and sweet and chocolatey. At first, I didn't really get the chocolate until it hit me, because I recently bought the Animal, and that has dark chocolate in it, and then whenever I sprayed it for the third or fourth time, after whenever I decided to want to do a review on it, it hit me a little bit like that Animal did, and I was like, whoa. There's chocolate in this, and then I re-looked again on Frank Granica and saw that there was chocolate in it, and that just opened it up so much more to me, knowing that it had dark chocolate and raspberry. I mean, I've had candy bars that have those ingredients in them, and they taste good and they smell good, and so this stuff just has so much more, it's just so much more life into it. When you read the list of notes in it, it's hard to believe that all that stuff is in this, because it's so cheap. I mean, there's so many ingredients in here, and it's so inexpensive, but yet so well done. So I give Mont Blanc tons of credit for that. They're quickly becoming one of my favorite houses. I will give original Santal a little bit of credit. They do have a little bit better opening. It's just a little bit different than this. I think they have a better opening, and then it goes into the opening of this. Secondly, I guess you could say. So it starts off different, but it ends up smelling like this, and then the life of the fragrance ends up being the same as Mont Blanc Individuel. Let's see here. Original Santal, a 4-ounce bottle, goes for $130. And I think the biggest bottle I found of this online was 2.5, but it's only $30. So, you can get 5 ounces for $60, and if you really want to do that. This is predominantly, for me, I would wear this in the fall or the winter, because it's very strong. You always hear about how Joop is very cloying, and it's a beast. It's a beast, and how even original Santal can be considered beast. But you always hear about Joop and how it's a beast or whatever. So this one is pretty much beast mode to me. I mean, I could be completely wrong on my skin, my own opinion. This stuff here lasts forever on my skin. It lasts about 8 to 10 hours. Coach Rob talks about how he sprays on his wrist before he goes to bed, and he wakes up in the morning, which is a fantastic idea. I actually did it, not even thinking about that's what Coach Rob does. I did it just before that anyway, thinking it was just a cool way to figure it out. And then I heard him say it, so I was like, okay, well, I'm not the only one that thinks this way then. But that's the best way to test your fragrance's longevity. Spray some on your arm, somewhere that you probably won't be rubbing up against everything, but and then wake up in the morning. If it's still there, then it lasted the amount of hours that you were asleep or whatever. But yeah, 8 to 10 hours. This stuff projects. The longevity's awesome. The projection's awesome. It can be worn casually. I wore it the other afternoon. I also wore it at night. It gets tons of compliments. People, hey, what are you wearing? What is that? It's really good smelling. But you can't go wrong with this fragrance. you know, for it being a sleeper fragrance that I consider a sleeper fragrance and under the radar, very underrated. In that category, because this would be also a cheap but good fragrance in my book, but it'll also be very underrated. I'm gonna give it a 10 for the. I'm gonna give it okay. Hold on. I'm gonna give it a price. The price point. 10 out of 10. $30 for a 2.5 ounce. This is a 1.7, so you might be able to get it even cheaper. I would just say get the bigger one. You might as well for only $30. Might as well, because not guarantee it, but if you like original Santal, you're gonna love this stuff, and it lasts long. Raspberry chocolate, good combination. The smell, for the price again, 10 out of 10. Longevity, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10, if not 10 out of 10. It all depends on the weather and the day and where you're wearing it, how you're wearing it. It could either be a 9 or a 10 out of 10. Sillage, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. It was there. I could smell it after a while, but you know, it didn't last as long as I wanted to. With this, you know, like I could get a waft of it here and there. I'll be walking, and then like the breeze will kick up and it'll hit me. But that didn't last too long. You know, it lasts pretty long time, maybe 3-4 hours. But that's why I just gave it an 8. But again, you know, everyone's body chemistry is different. Pretty much, this is just straight fruity, raspberry-ish, sweet, floral, cinnamony, spicy. I mean, it's a very, very good fragrance, and for $30, you guys can't go wrong with this stuff. It just smells so good. I mean, and it has that dryer sheet effect, which I've always liked. I know it sounds kind of silly, and who wants to smell like a dryer sheet? But you know what? Dryer sheets smell fresh and soft and cozy. And I think this would be a good date fragrance. I think that if you're on a date, your lady would really like this one. So, and I know I've gotten compliments from ladies on this one, just in passing, you know. And so if you're single and you're looking, you know, there's lots of other fragrances. I'm actually going to do a video on that. I recently became single again, so I'm going to do a video on like my top 5 or top 10 most complimented. If you're single, wear these because they'll get you compliments from the ladies, and you know, they'll get you noticed. And if that's your purpose, is to get noticed by the ladies, then these fragrances they won't hurt the cause, you know. So anyway, so this is Mont Blanc Individuel. I'll leave a link to pick up a bottle of your own in the description below. Please pick some up. I would recommend it. I would recommend a blind buy. You know, if you like original Santal, I mean, save $120 or however much it is. And just get this one. You can't go wrong with it. You know, Mont Blanc, the Mont Blanc Presence and the Legend, I like those as well, you know. I might like this one most out of their house right now, though. So, yeah, so anyway, so rate, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have this one. Let me know if you don't have it, you know. Let me know if there's something you want me to review. Let me know if there's something that you think that I haven't tried yet that maybe I could give a smell to and, you know, maybe do a review on. Because I'm always looking for suggestions and stuff like that. I got one the other day for, I think it was Lolita Lampeca, I believe. And so I still haven't got my nose on that one yet, but I will get on it soon. And, you know, if I pick up a bottle of it, I'll do a review or something of it. But anyway, so Mont Blanc Individuel, I give it a, overall, I guess maybe a 9 or a 10 out of 10. This stuff is fantastic if you like pineapple, raspberry, dark chocolate, cinnamon, vanilla, and lavender. Because this thing's really well done. So, all that said, you guys take care of yourselves. Have a great, safe weekend. And until the next video, I'll see you guys later. Take care.